Russian war against Ukraine is an unfortunate surprise and as such will cause financial markets to fall and inflation to increase. Historically, market retreats during bellicose actions often have been painful but short. During World War II, the market went down 27% from August 41 to March of 42, but made up all lost ground in the 12 months later and advanced over 15% by the end of the war. During Iraq's invasion of Kuwait in 1990, the market declined 1.1%. It continued to have a tough year, declining 6.5%. Once the U.S. began its land campaign in 1991, the market appreciated 26% for the year. For many U.S. companies, the actions in the Ukraine will not affect their earnings. However, there are exceptions. Intel uses neon gas in some of its computer chips. Up to 50% of the gas used by Intel comes from the Ukraine. Obviously, Intel will need to seek new suppliers. Regrettably, the proposed sanctions likely will not deter Russian aggressiveness. Putin's blatant lies have shown the world he has bigger plans. To thwart him, the U.S. will need to adopt measures like Ronald Reagan imposed, which was to outspend Russia militarily. This likely would involve drastic defense spending, deployment of forces to NATO allies in Eastern Europe, and increasing the size of our military. Now for inflation. Inflation has been and always will be present in our country. In the United States, prices double about every 15 years. This means prices on average increase over the long term about 4 to 5% per year. Following wars, pandemics, financial panics, or depression, inflation increases above average. Governments like inflation because it reduces indebtedness. Our currency is devalued because of inflation, so debt will be a smaller part of our economy. This allows America to repay or pay interest on borrowings with less valuable dollars. Fortunately, stock prices have grown significantly faster than inflation. From 1982 through 2021, the S&P 500 without dividends have averaged 10% a year, whereas inflation averaged 4 to 5% a year. The ride ought to be a rough one this year, but for those who can ride it out, they will be rewarded. For concerns about your portfolio, give us a call at Armada Advisors where we are charting a better course.